Good evening, folks. Today, I'm going to walk you through a bit of my process of editing videos together. And just showing the program I use, how I use it, and how I upload things to YouTube. So let's get started. The first step is I open Lightworks, which is the video editor I use. It's professional grade, like people have used it to edit like feature films and that were like commercially released. But I don't really use all those features. I just like it because it's non-linear and it's still pretty simple for me to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new project. And I'm going to name it Impossible Bottle, which is about the video that I'm going to be editing. I'm going to create it. First step, of course, in any video editing process is you need to bring in the clips and sequences that you're planning to use. Let's see, I'm in my videos folder right now. You can see some various videos I have saved. Let's see. Cards on a bottle. So I'm just going to import all of the video files that I recorded yesterday. As you can see, I've already gotten them from my camera's SD card and loaded them onto my computer and renamed them, so I know how and where I'm going to put them. Now I switch over to the Edit tab, and I can immediately begin just slapping things in here. Now, while you can use Lightworks non-linearly, I find it just really helps my process since I still don't know the program super well. Just sort of like think about the video's progress linearly and just try and work through what I want to add. For example, right here I have an intro and I want to have a fade out right at the end. How do I do that? Well, before I'm going to add any of these, I'm going to go to the VFX tab. And I'm going to mark the beginning and the end of this clip right here. And what that does is it allows me to add an effect that lasts over that entire time period. Dissolve. I think what I want is just a dissolve. I'm going to mark the beginning again. And then I'm just going to keep it at the end because that's basically an automatic mark. That's a cool feature of Lightworks. But as you can see, as time goes on, it just dissolves away to nothing. So, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to come to the end of the clip, and this is running about 30 frames a second, so if I want a half-second dissolve, I need to go back 15 frames. Oop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a keyframe. And basically, wherever you insert a keyframe, it lets you set the variable for like the dissolve or for other features on the effects, and the computer just sort of like creates a curve automatically to change them for you. For example, so you can see all through the video now, it's just constant brightness, and then this last bit, I'll just play a little clip. You can see it fade out. Show you how I made it. See? Fade. Nice. Now, what I want to do next is I want to start here, and then I'm going to come over a few seconds. Oops. I really need to learn these shortcuts better. I'm going to move over just a few seconds, and I'm going to add a wee bit of text. Well, yes, just text. I don't need to include like a black screen because it's already black. So I just need to add the text for, let's see, titles. Hey, I wanted about 5 seconds, and 150 frames is about exactly 5 seconds. That's fortunate. So here I can just place some text, some titles if I want to. I can modify the boldface, the italics, the font. I'm just going to stick with what I have here. Okay. Titles. Maybe I might want to add some royalty-free music just for that bit. Just something classical, I think. Let's see. Putting box into bottle. Okay. Gonna mark that. Whoa. All right. Oh, that must be. Yeah, that's the end of it. So I'm just going to add another dissolve. Now what I want is a half-second fade in. So for this first keyframe right at the beginning, I'm going to have it at 100. And as you can see, since the end one is at 100, we just end up with nothing. But that's okay. We could just, boom, key up the last one. And we can see that fades from nothing at the beginning to 100 at the end. But that's not what we want. We want a half-second fade in. So what I'm going to do is the same thing I did last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We're going to add a keyframe. And whoop. So let's check it out. Let's just play this little clip I put together. I'm going to show you how I made it. That's an ugly font. As you can see, I have an old... But you see the fade. And basically, well, I haven't been editing my videos a whole lot, just because I've been trying to do this more spontaneous, more unscripted viewing experience, just to get better adjusted to creating things without being super concerned about perfectionism. This is how I edit. I just add the clips, and then I just slowly tinker with things, move them around. I just like make selections and apply all the different effects I want. It's a pretty simple process, and truly it's a rather enjoyable process. It's a nice hobby to have, editing. It can be frustrating. The one thing I hate about is it frustrates me how long it takes. A sec. Let me just make sure that still works. But yeah, the one thing that bothers me about editing is it typically takes forever to do. I have an old deck of playing cards. And I'm doing this pretty quickly because I just recorded this video yesterday, so I already know all the stuff I want to put together and where. But typically I'm just playing things over and over and over again, just trying to get a sense of what I want where, how can I insert it. I'm looking back and forth at, like, documentation for Lightworks, because I want to figure out how to do this one specific thing I don't know how to do yet. And that's just like it can be a bit of a hassle. It's a fun hassle, though. And it makes for a better product when I do it. Inside the bottle. I briefly considered doing a SpongeBob meme here of just like 15 minutes later, but I never watched SpongeBob as a kid, so I feel like that'd be a little disingenuous. There's lots of effects there's a lot of effects for Lightworks. There's lots of impressive things. Typically, I don't screw around with them a whole lot. I just mainly keep the pretty small, like, fades and things like that. But there are some useful things, like the 2D and the 3D DVE are very useful for in-video animation. I scrapped this one video where I animated a picture of Steven Spielberg eating a Furby, for reasons. but that was pretty fun. I've messed around with chroma key a little bit just for like a video that's on this channel of me just noodling around a bit in chroma key. But most of the time, I just like to keep it simple. Dissolves. Fade in, fade out. Merry Christmas. I'm going to keep a fade out here because I'm going to do something unusual for like my videos. I'm going to have something kind of like an end card. And I'm not quite familiar with how end cards typically look on YouTube. I'm going to try and make an end card. And maybe that's something I'll refine later on. Just make a simple black one, white text for now, and then maybe do something more complex later. I don't need to do something super complex right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Keyframe and Zatarans. Okay, so let's play the clip. I'll see how that turns out when I get there. Have a good day. Perfect fade out. And I did it. Thanks to a quick visit to the Lightworks forums, I have been able to insert a little bit of extra space right at the end. And I'm just gonna use that to beep and pop and add some text. Not quite sure what I want to do with the end card just yet. I think I'm just gonna do a simple check around for more. I was considering doing something like Donkey does, where it's just like subscribe, just kind of like as a joke. But, I don't know, I don't want to take other people's bits, even if they're vastly more successful and wouldn't notice. Let's see. Let's just play the end. Turns out when I get there. Have a good day. Nice. And I can just have some videos or like my little thing right there so people can see other stuff that I've done and they might be interested in. All right. Well, not bad. Certainly not bad at all. Not a bad effort. We have pretty much everything. Do I want to have some music? Music editing isn't something I do a whole lot in videos. But on the other hand, I kind of want to. I kind of want to try it in front of you all today and look like an idiot. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's see, log, I'm going to want to import some music. Let's see. Music. I have a pretty wide collection of music from various movies and games. I'm thinking Jet Set Radio. Which one? There we go. Sweet Soul Brother. That's the one. That's the ticket. Just gonna pop a cut. Okay, there we go. We have a nice cut. So let's see how that sounds. As you can see, I have an old deck of playing cards. Yeah, I'll keep doing this. Hey folks, just updating to let you know. I got the card box. Actually, you know what? And this is another thing. A lot of the editing process is just second guessing. What do I want to do? Where do I want to go with this? And that can be a little frustrating, but that's life. And you know what? I'm just gonna save the Jet Set Radio for the end. For some reason, this just sounds terrible. I'm gonna listen to that last clip. I'll see how that turns out when I get there. Have a good day. Okay, I don't know why, but the audio's kind of jacked up at the moment. I'm going to export it and do a quick check before I upload it to YouTube. Let's see, export, playback format. It's like, why is it in 4.3? I want 16.9. Have I been recording at 4.3 this entire time? Oh, that's frustrating, isn't it? Oh well. Anyways, to export, I just make an MP4, and I just name it a suitable name. Save it to my videos folder, because it's pretty easy to navigate, and there you go. Just got started. So yeah, takes a little while. Once I'm done, I'm going to check it, and I'll show you how I upload things. See ya. Hello, folks. I am back once again, and let's upload the video to YouTube. I checked it out. Sound issues are fine. Image is a little bit squashed, I think. I'm going to have to take a look at how my camera's recording and what its aspect ratio is and compare it to how I'm editing. But that's going to be a story for another day. By the time you're watching this, you're going to realize I kind of have to rush some of these out the door. So I'm just going to upload it and get going. Let's see. Videos, Impossible Bottle. Yep, that's the one. All right. How I Made an Impossible Bottle. Good title, I think. Let's see. If you haven't seen Harry Eng's Harry Eng, if you've seen this video already, you know this, but Harry Eng was a particularly gifted sort of kinesthetic artist. I would say he was something akin to a found item sculptor, maybe. I'm not quite sure how I would describe it. I don't want to spoil it right here. But if you haven't seen Harry Eng's bottle works before, they're really cool. I recommend you check them out here. And what I have saved in my notes is a link to a website about some of the stuff Harry Eng did in his lifetime. All right. There we go. I think that's a solid description if ever there was one. Let's see. I wouldn't say it's made for kids. I typically just like to keep this off so I can stay safe from COPPA, just to be safe. legally. Cover my butt. Ah, well. Does not contain paid promotion. English has not aired. Let's see, recording date. I typically don't list that. Standard YouTube license. Sure, why not? Education. Yeah, I'd call it education. Let's see, tags. Let's see, impossible bottles. Let's see. Bottle art. Card art. Just try and add some tags I think are relevant to the subject matter. Harry. Harry Ang. Let's see, what's the name? What is the name of the YouTube channel that I first saw this on? Well, I've seen his work before, but this is the first one where I had a lead and I learned the name of the man who made the bottles. And this is a great YouTube channel I'm showing you.
The flavour of the week is
cannot
bottles,
recommend it
part of my
enough.
bottle collection here. The
Randallusions.
ones on the front here are a curious...
But just old British guy talking about all sorts of fun little puzzles and items and doodads. Great fun, tons of fun. Cannot recommend it enough. They go down like potato chips. Absolutely addictive. Alright. Caption certification. This all looks pretty good. I have the link that I wanted to add right there. It's like kind of craft tutorial. You know what? I'm gonna add craft tutorial or just tutorial as a tag. Just because this is kind of a craft tutorial about how I made the bottle art the way I did. As you can see, we've already uploaded it. Let's see, subtitles. Typically when I have scripted videos and I have the script all out in advance in a text file, I can add it as the subtitles, and YouTube handles the rest automatically. And that's pretty great. For these ones that are a lot rougher, a lot less scripted, I haven't been doing that just because adding the subtitles can be a massive pain. It takes, like, I'm not super practiced at it, but even so, like a 10-minute video will take upwards of an hour to subtitle. I don't know how the people for TV do it. But, and since this is an unscripted video, I'm not going to add subtitles, but I am going to add an end screen, and I'm going to add some cards. So, let's see. We're going to move to the, here we go. That's the one I think I want to go with. Whoa. Not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Just gonna beep. Beep. Oh. Playlist. No, I don't want a playlist there. Video, best for viewer, reasonable. Actually, specific. I'm going to go with a specific video. Wait. This one isn't going to be specific. I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, actually, yeah. Hymns, bottles. This is a video I'm going to add in the cards, but I also want to promote it here. And I'm not doing a playlist. Don't ask me for a playlist. Trash. I'm going to add a video element. We're just going to make that best for the viewer. Yeah, that sounds good. It's like, I don't put a whole lot of thought into the whole upload process usually because typically it doesn't need it. I just think, what should go, like, I just think, like, maybe, like, oh, where should I put some cards? And that's about it. I don't really think about much else. But now that I have the end card and stuff, I want to think about those things a little bit more. Let's see. Now, here's the part where I watch through the video and just figure out where I want to add the specific cards that I'm adding. That's going to take me a bit. It'll be kind of boring, so I'm just going to stop the recording for a bit, pause it. And we are back recording. Unpaused. Well, I added 2 cards. Checks are fine. Visibility. Now. Oh, there we go. Now, I am going to set it to public. I'm going to actually set it on a schedule. And I want to think about when do I want to have it up. Let's see. I just take a quick look at the calendar, a gander at the calendar. I'm thinking the 28th. Time zone. Going to be local time. And you're going to say 2 o'clock. Actually, early. 7:15. It probably doesn't even matter. I don't know why I'm thinking about this. 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, final offer. Children do not appear in this video. I have it all scheduled up. Yeah. All right. Nice. Well, there we go. I just showed you how to edit and how